Good morning, Gogglefrogs, and how are you? We are here in Sheringham. This is rather an echoey room, so I hope the noise is okay for you, but let us know if it's not and we'll come up with a solution. So an absolutely wonderful good morning from myself and the wonderful Robert.
Hello.
Hopefully you're having a lovely weekend. We're rather relaxed and you know the rules. Have you got a cup of something with you? We've got a cup of tea. Have you got your knitting or your crochet? So I've got my knitting with me, this simple knitting that I can do while I talk. And Robert's got, look at this, look at these colours. They're gorgeous. So you can tell us all about this bottle of wool. And I've bought some wool while I've been here. So if you're not aware, there's a few of us in Sheringham at our annual retreat that should have happened last January and didn't for obvious reasons. And it is happening this weekend. So we have had fun, we have had laughter, we've had alcohol, we've had knitting, we've had talks, we've had food, and we've had a yarn swap, and tonight we have a quiz all on knitting that you know who has designed. So sit back, relax, and for the next hour, we will be chatting about who knows what. There will be some talk about yarn. And yes, so a huge good morning, and we will say some good mornings very, very soon. And if this is your first time with us, I'm Angela, and this is my lovely friend, partner in everything knitting and crime, Robert. And my mum is here, so my mum sat at the table as well, slightly off camera. We have a chat box. Please write in the chat box where you're from, if this is your first show, and we will read out what's in the chat box because everybody gets a replay after the show, about an hour after the show. So hello to everyone on replay.
Hi.
And hello to everyone on YouTube, because you're not going to be able to see the chat box because that doesn't record, but we will read out chat so you know what everybody's been chatting about. So say hi if this is your first show, so let us know where you're watching from or where you're from, and feel free to get to know every other Gogglefrogger. We've got a Facebook group called Gogglefrogs Knit and Natter. Yeah, Gogglefrogs Craft and Natter. So ask to join that and we will welcome you in. And that's where you can post lovely pictures about what you've been working on. And we also have a website, gogglefrogs.co.uk. Yes, so we will talk for the next hour. But what have I forgotten, Robert?
I don't think you have.
Oh, I've done everything. Obviously now that we're back in the swing of things in 2022, I'm remembering what we need to tell you. So, are you having a lovely weekend?
I am.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Are you having a good weekend, Mum? Good.
What about you?
I'm having a lovely weekend, but my body's sort of relaxed. So I'm getting rather relaxed and tired. So if my eyes look a bit, then that's because, well, actually, no, we were one of the last to go to bed last night, weren't we?
Yes.
That doesn't normally happen.
I'm always the last to go to bed when we're here, but you were quite late.
Yeah, and I was up before breakfast this morning as well, so I actually appeared before breakfast.
Yes.
So, yeah, let's see.
Because your alarm was going off and woke everybody else up while you were in the shower.
As usual. I walked back into my room and said, oh, sorry, Mum. Sorry, Mum, that the alarm's been going off. Yesterday she had the one that she could dance to in bed, but today it was just the alarm. So,
and I thought it was my alarm, so I got out of the shower, went back into my room, and then realised it wasn't my alarm.
It's coming from all the way down the corridor. I was in the bathroom next to my room, and I didn't even hear it until I came back through the room. So obviously, I was rather tired. But this is what happens. Gogglefrogs will talk about anything and everything. So, you've got your project. What are you working on, Robert?
We're skipping ahead a little bit, I think.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Shall we do some hellos?
Let's say some good mornings, hellos, and welcomes.
Right, so we will go bottom to top as we always do. So
yes.
We have Tracy. Hi, Tracy, how are you? Hope
Hello.
your recovery is going well.
Yeah, we're missing you, Tracy.
We are missing you.
And we just hope that you're getting better bit by bit. So much love and hugs.
Good morning to Janice. Hi, Janice.
Hello, Janice. 5 minutes since we saw you.
Good morning, Jackie. Hi, Jackie.
Hello, Jackie. Causing troubles as usual. We love you.
Good morning, Georgie.
Hello, Georgie. How are you doing? We hope you're really well, and we will see you very soon.
Good morning, Brigitte.
Hello, Brigitte. Long time no see.
We have Anne, who's just crept in. Good morning, Anne.
Hello, lovely to see you. Long time no see. It's lovely.
And we have Amber. Good morning, Amber.
Hello, Amber. Princess Curtain Crusher across that small little pond, all the way from the US of A, Amber.
And then we should say good morning to anybody else who's with us at the hostel who's listening in the background. Good
Yeah.
morning.
Hello.
And welcome to Gogglefrogs. Right, let's catch up on some chat. So Jackie starts us off with good morning all. Brigitte says, morning peeps, 3:06 from Sheringham.
Oh, is this our first show from Sheringham?
It is, yes.
It is, so it's another first. First
Yes.
show from Sheringham.
We have Tracy who says, morning, she has no sound, but that might be me. I think it is. Janice says she has no sound or picture, she thinks that's her. Georgie says good morning. Tracy says, can anyone else hear? Jackie,
Is that us?
Jackie's saying yes.
Oh.
That's all right, we'll cover that in a second. Jackie says watching from Sheringham. Georgie says we both look beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
And Tracy says Luke sorted it. She had it on silent mode.
No, that's me who does that. There's an extra button that they put in. You have no idea what it's from. So you click it once and then don't realise that's the bit that turns the sound off.
And Tracy also says, thank you for this. It's lovely to see you all. You're welcome. We always said we would do Gogglefrogs wherever we were.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time we've been away from home either, is it? I did it from Edinburgh one year.
You did it from Edinburgh 1 year. 1 year you were at a garden centre.
I was, yeah.
And not 1 year, but one episode.
Yeah.
You were at a garden centre. So Robert had a nice cup of tea and a table and he sat outside. And yeah, and I'd stopped, detoured on the M1 going up north.
Oh, that was a funny episode.
And I was sat in the back of the car and back seat with my laptop, and I just like detoured and thought we must do Gogglefrogs. So yeah, Robert had his lovely drink lined up.
And I'm sure we've done it in other places as well.
I'm sure. Well, I did 3 months from Leeds, didn't I? At the beginning of this pandemic. So wherever you are in the world, you can always sign into Gogglefrogs and see.
And then Anne says, morning everybody.
Hello.
And Amber says, good morning everyone from Princess Curtain Crusher. Her tech issues but sorted it out.
Oh.
It's a chilly 1 degrees Fahrenheit.
So 1 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, that's minus.
That's mega cold.
Yeah, because Fahrenheit is higher than Celsius, isn't it?
Yeah. So this, you see, you're in that. Sorry, where is that? It's near Niagara, isn't it? I can't remember what it's called now. But things get very cold over there, don't they, in winter? We don't. Is it New York State? It gets very, very cold over there. And I always know that when we used to go over to Canada, in the summer, it was glorious summers. But in the winter, my auntie and uncle used to go to work every day in 6 foot snow. And they didn't think of it, it was just normal. But there's one thing, if you live in cold climates, you definitely need wool, don't you? So it's a great excuse for knitting something. So, and just to let you know, I'm just finishing off this headband for somebody. I'm meeting some friends tomorrow night. No, not Monday night, and I had said that I'd make a headband for something. And your headband is finished and in my room.
Okay.
So we've all got matching.
It'll be summer by the time I get it.
No.
Just to let those of you know who work in Celsius, 1 degree Fahrenheit is minus 17.2 degrees Celsius.
Oh, no wonder it's cold.
And yes.
Oh, that is very cold.
That's New York, though. That's not here.
Amber, Princess Curtain Crusher, I hope you're staying in the house and being nice and toasty warm with lots of nice toasty drinks and lots of Is it lovely vegetarian food? I think it is, Amber, if I remember rightly. So be safe, be warm, and snuggle up with your knitting or crochet.
And Tracy says it's really foggy here. Really foggy there, really quite thick. So that's back home in Lake Muzzard, Aylesbury area. And says Brigitte says that is cold. So I've been outside in my t-shirt to cool down because it's really quite hot in here, I think. And I went outside in my t-shirt, found it quite refreshing.
Oh, that's good.
So it's not as cold as normal here.
No, we've been really, really lucky with the sun, and if you've seen any of the pictures, it's been lovely, beautiful blue skies, but it has been a bit nippy at the same time. But it's looked lovely.
And Tracy says, "Oh my God, that's freezing. Blimey, don't know how you manage."
Yeah, I think it's just, in this country, everything comes to a grinding halt, even if we have leaves on the train tracks. Whereas over in Canada, they know it's going to snow every single year. So they have, the snow plows are out all the time, the gritters are out all the time. It's totally normal to have either different tyres or chains because they know the snow's going to be there for several days. Whereas here,
one snowflake and everything grinds to a halt.
People don't realise that you have to slow down. People don't realise that, I tell you something, I didn't realise when I got a new car and I thought, oh, they look nice, wider tyres, didn't realise, but actually you're best with really narrow tyres in snow. Once you get wide tyres, they skid everywhere.
Oh.
So as I was trying to turn right at some traffic lights, I wasn't going fast, and the car wasn't turning, and it was just going straight on. And then when I spoke to someone afterwards, it's just like, yeah, you have to get used to wider wheelbase, so tyre base, whoops, whatever it is. So yeah, people are going to tell me now I'm wrong, but I was told that by an expert, so never mind.
Amber says she's near Niagara Falls, and her plan is to stay and knit and drink tea with vegetarians.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Sounds
lovely.
So before we start talking about the weekend, shall we have some music?
Oh, yes.
Very badly, I didn't upload music until this morning, and over the noise of breakfast, I said to Angela, what should we have? And then I scuttled off to a corner where I still couldn't really hear it. So this is, if it's offensive, inappropriate, what's the word I'm looking for? Too loud, too harsh for a Saturday morning. It's not my fault today.
Robert said, oh, what about music? And I said, well, the one that's sprung to mind is this one. And I remember when I was at school, enjoying this tune. I don't even know if this band has any more songs, but and if you can, the main word going through it, I think we can all say that we've got an obsession with wool. The rest of the words don't apply, but it's for all those knitters, crocheters and crafters out here where this is now our obsession.
So sit back, relax and enjoy today's music.
Anybody know that tune? Robert didn't myself. I was just going to, it's by a band called Animotion. And I think that the lead singer was obviously the coolest dancer ever. He danced so slow. But I love that one, Animotion. I don't actually know what they went on to do. Animotion. Pop band. Let's have a look. Yeah, so Obsession was like Animotion. Oh, they're an American synth pop band from Los Angeles, California. And formed in '83, which was when I was still at school, and 83 to 86. So anyway, I don't know if it's still going. I'm trying to see. There's lots and lots and lots of things on there. But yes. The original drummer, David Frenchy O'Brien, he was born in Worcester, but Massachusetts, died in January 2019. So anyway, that's Animotion, and yeah, quite a unique sound. Did you enjoy it or not?
Not my cup of tea.
No,
but it's not always about me, is it? Just because I put it on the system. So, right, let's catch up on some chat. So, Jackie says she's sitting here with Lindy and she's not seen the video but knows the tune. Oh, good. Something you heard of, Lindy, that I hadn't. That's very, very unusual. Tracy says she's never heard of this before. Brigitte says she's never heard that or know who they are. Deborah, good morning, says morning all. Georgie says that was fab. Who was it and what was the song called? Amber says she remembers the song, and Deborah says it's very foggy and cold where she is. So Deborah, are you at home or are you out in your camper van? Do let us know where you are today.
And I've just got to do one thing, if that's all right. You can still see us. I've just got to find a link for somebody and send it to Katie, so Katie can join us. So do you just want a quick chat while I'm doing this? Is that all right? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I've got a message from Katie. I thought you were trying to.
No. That's all right. If you just chat and then I'll just forward it.
So we are in Sheringham. There are 2 lovely wall shops here, and I have not been to either of them yet. That's my plan for lunchtime today, is to nip out for a couple of hours. But we do have our Gogglefrogs yarn here, which everybody is thoroughly enjoying. And oh, you're doing what Katie's doing.
That's right. Yes, I'm doing that now.
Sorry, cross wires. Pay attention, Robert. Yes, so it'll be nice to get out and get some fresh air today, because I stayed in all day yesterday, which is very unlike me when we're here. Normally I go out and about, but I did have a bit too much to drink on Thursday. In fact, I had a whole bottle of wine to myself on Thursday.
I think you enjoyed it and you needed it.
And then I shared yours last night, didn't I, Jean? We had a bottle between us. We did. And then you finished off with a G&T, and I finished off with a beer. So, yes. Oh, Deborah. Oh, sorry. She's still at home and she's still isolating.
Oh, dear. Yes. I think you've got a few more days. Has it changed now that it's 5 days?
She's still testing positive, though. So she's
right. Sorry. Yes. So
sorry.
Hopefully you'll be on the mend soon. I really do. So you poor thing. Not nice.
No.
But yeah.
So have you bought any wool yet? Of course, that was a silly question.
Yeah. Let me have a look. I'll show you what I bought. I went into the shop yesterday because we do a yarn swap here. And so I had to buy an extra 100 grams for the yarn swap. But they had this in there. And if anyone knows me, I love Caron. It's got great stitch definition. And they had 2 balls of this left. So I bought both of them. I just think the colours are lovely. They're very earthy tones. There's a deep pink, greens, there's like blues, like deep gold, really lovely. Bit of beige in there, which I absolutely love. So I got that one, and when I looked on the ball band, they do have a pattern inside for a lovely little shawl, but you need 4 of them. So I thought, rather than doing a shawl, why don't I just reduce it and do a scarf? So I just need to have a look at that later and see if I can do that easily. And if I can, I'll just make a scarf. But there's a little picture of it there. It looks rather nice, doesn't it? So I think that could easily convert into a much thinner scarf. So if I just do it half as wide, it should work. That's what my head's saying. So yeah, so Caron Simply Soft paint. It's, as I said, amazing stitch definition. You can stick it in the washing machine. I do believe you can always put them in the dryer as well. Great for children's clothes. It is an American brand, so sometimes it isn't that easy to get in the UK.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
The last time I used that was for a baby blanket, and I had 1 skein. Managed to get a 2nd skein here, and then had to get another 4 skeins from America to finish it.
It is quite hard to. I think our local yarn shop, when it was still there, there was a lovely, like raspberry reddish colour.
Oh yeah, I've forgotten.
And I bought about 10 or 12, and then as they were discontinuing it, because every time you import this, there's huge import charges, and there's no rhyme or reason. You can never guess what your import charge is going to be.
No.
No one can work it out. So I think it just gets to the point that when you just need to restock a bit, it's so expensive. So every time I went in, there's any of that colour, I bought it, and they kept finding odd balls in the shop. So I think I've got about 15 or 16 huge, like 6-ounce ball, skeins. So at some point I will create something with that. So I did that. I think I brought some. Oh no, this is something that I was going to do in the.
I've used that. That's gorgeous.
Is it?
Yeah, it's lovely.
Oh, you know me.
I did the smooth pad that's inside. It's lovely.
Oh, really? Do you want it?
No.
Oh, right, okay.
I did it as a present for somebody.
So, and I've got my trusty camel in the anticipation that I'm going to do some more of my cardigan, but I think I've done about 2 or 3 rows. And that's about it really in here. I inherited a few balls last night, didn't I? A few balls of wool. Let me correct that. When we did the yarn swap. So my mum got 2 balls, I got 1 ball.
Yep.
And then I've bought those 2 balls. So I've got one in my room, which is brilliant. Yeah. What about you?
So I'm just going to explain the yarn swap. So basically what happens is everybody brings a 100-gram ball from their stash. It goes in a bag, and then I pick out first, and there's a reason I go first, and then we draw people's names out after that, and they put their hand in, take it out, and then they get the opportunity to swap with anybody that picks before them. But you can't go, you can only go backwards. So if you pick the best ball of yarn, chances are if you're early on, you don't actually finish with the ball of yarn. Anyway, it was hilarious last night because without even thinking about it, we came up with this catchphrase when there was eventually like 10 plus people, which was "show us your balls," which basically meant you had to put the ball of yarn up in the air so everybody could see what people had to decide whether they were going to pinch your ball of wool. And then we had 3 wild cards as well, didn't we?
We did.
Which were quite funny.
Yeah. So it's always fun. You always go home with something, don't you?
Yeah.
Which is lovely. We had some amazing goodie bags. Thank you so much, Robert. It's just lovely to be here. So Robert, do you want to explain what you're working on? Because I just think those colours are incredible.
So I have had a very intense week off trying to get ready, and to the point that I got to bed Wednesday night and I realised that I hadn't found my own 100-gram ball of wool to put into the stash. But every time I put my hands in the cupboard, because I can't actually see, because they're in nice neat boxes that I can't see through, and rather than pull it all out, I just kind of put my hands in to feel around, and I couldn't find anything to start with. However, for those of you that know me really, really, really well, I have an obsession with yarn cakes. This ball of yarn cake came out, and I was very tempted to put it in, but 3 rummages around later, I did actually find what went into the stash for me. So this is Sirdar Colour Wheel, which is now discontinued, and I have about 6 balls of this now left, I think. So I am making the pattern that's in the ball band, and this is the most knitting I've done all weekend. I cast on 5 stitches before breakfast. I've now cast on the remaining stitches and done a row.
Oh wow!
So that's the most I've done all weekend. Although I have been untangling and winding other people's. So yeah, I guess you could say that technically counts, but it wasn't mine. So that's mine.
But the colours are beautiful, and I think when you look at these yarn cakes, we go into a shop and we buy all the same colour, don't we? Like if you're doing a cardigan or a scarf, you'll get 6 skeins of this or 6 balls of this. But when you actually look at them, it's like peach, there's dark peach, there's a lighter peach, cream, tealy, browny, beige, lilac, teal. Actually, it just proves that you could just get several random shades, stick them together, and it will look amazing. I think we're always scared of putting, if you've got something you haven't quite got enough wool, you think, oh, I need to go and try and source. Whereas sometimes if you just use a totally different colour to finish off the cardigan at the bottom, or even at the top, if it's a bottom up, how creative would it be? And I know there's a workshop going on today. Is it using all your old scraps of? So it's about how to use lots of different yarns, odds and sods that you might call them, and start to use them. I think, what's his name? Stephen West, designer who lives in Amsterdam, got his own wool range as well. Stephen and Penelope. He uses lots of different colours. He never uses anything plain. And I can't even remember, is it Penguilino? And it was a cardigan, like a basic cardigan shape. But it was use all your own scraps. And some things have worked better than others, but it is a garment that you can create with everything that's in the bottom of your wool stash. So I think that's going to be a really good workshop. I'm not doing that workshop. I wish I could, but we can't do every single workshop. You just can't.
Right, so Tracy said, Anne says, at home today, you need to finish off some knitting, off out tomorrow. It's baby grandson's first birthday party. Oh, have a lovely time.
Happy birthday.
Tracy says, love that, might need to ask you for a copy. I'm assuming that's the headband.
If it's the headband, yeah, I just made it up because everybody was doing headbands. So I'll tell you now, it is 20 stitches. It goes like that. Hang on a minute, let go. It's really good, yeah. So it'll be like that. 20 stitches, knit 2, purl 2. Just put it there. When it gets long enough, so the twist is over the top of your head here, just do 10 cable, just do a 10 cable, and then you purl 2 knit 2 for the rest of it. I will write it down. I'll try and write it down. But yeah, and it's just so simple. It's a chunky wool. I don't know what it is. I bought it off eBay years ago when I was trying to get this thing that all knitters have, a stash, because I had none. So I know I got 3 skeins of this stuff. I think it was about £7, and it ended up coming from China. It was lovely. But yeah, it's just really nice. So Robert's got one, even though he doesn't think he has. It's in my room. I've got one, and then somebody that I work with wanted one as well. So really simple pattern. Although I do know, is it Deborah who did all of the?
Yes.
Deborah did all these beautiful ones, and when I looked at hers, they had cables in them, they had bobbles in them. Much wider, but for something simple, you can do one of these in an afternoon easily.
Amber says, can you order from their website? I'm assuming that's the Karen. I'm going to look into that and have a look. And then Tracy says she's got to go. And we've been joined by the lovely Katie. Good morning, Katie.
Hello, Katie. Sorry about the confusion. We'll find out. We did get an email earlier.
Yes.
It might be in spam, I don't know, but we'll double check. So that's your link, and that link works forever. That is just yours.
It might also be, so we haven't had the notification either that she's signed up, so it might be just because it's stuck in the system somewhere.
Or the Wi-Fi here is so delayed because we're on tethering, so we're using our mobile. But yeah, so everything's fine. So lovely to see you, Katie, and I'm sure there's some people working in the background. And then hello to everyone on replay who'll be watching. Oh, I'm about to change colour again. Does anyone else get excited? You know when you're using a variegated, when you're changing colour. So I'm about to go to beige.
Yeah, but I also get annoyed when it doesn't change colour often enough. When it seems like it's forever. That's the trouble with something like this.
Yeah.
Although they look like they don't go very far, because of how they're wound, they will go for a long time.
Yeah.
And I get annoyed that it's not changed quick enough.
What was it that you were working on ages ago and you were waiting for the colour changes? Was it a scarf that you made? That's from opening a bottle, can I just say? No, it's just in case everyone thinks, what's that noise?
I've done a lot of talking this weekend, and I am very thirsty and a bit hoarse, as you can hear.
Tired.
Oh, and it was, whenever we met up, it was just like, oh, it's still not changed colour. And I remember him just getting so frustrated. It was one of your scarves, sure.
No, was it? It was the rainbow shawl, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was it.
That was colour wheel, actually.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You just reminded me. I do hate this. I love the colours, but I hate the fact that it takes so long to change.
I know. But you see, if you made them holier and went on a much bigger needle, then they'd change quicker.
Well, this has got a lace pattern in it, which is holes. So
oh, right, okay. That's
hopefully.
Fine. That's fine. So we've been doing that. Oh, just to let you know, I've do you know what's really weird? When we talk about colour changes, like Robert's just been saying that this doesn't change often enough. I was looking yesterday for this one, and can you see how short the colour changes? And for crochet, people said the colour changes are just too short. So I really don't know how this is going to work. I don't think you're going to see colours, it's going to be hues. And I think they're all going to blend together, so you don't actually see the colour. So there must be a reason why we've done this, but I don't know if this has been discontinued, and that's possibly why that it's had a different effect that was intended, but people don't actually like it. I don't like really short colour changes, but that is less than 2 inches, and it's changing colour. So who knows? But something here, I've done about 2 rows. So just to let you know, when I picked up this pattern, I got the book about 5 years ago. So anyway, we're getting there. But just to let you know that I'm already with my Japanese short row shaping. So you have to put these in. So who knows what's going to happen? I think I need to leave it until I go home because here you're always chatting to people. But this is the pattern so far. So you have 2 panels at the front, and that's the lace design. And all I can say is undyed camel. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but to me, it's just it's like spun gold. And it just feels, I keep saying it's like marshmallows that you, because Robert's not that keen on the back because he thinks it's quite open, whereas I love that because you like real structure in your garments, don't you? Whereas I quite like loose and drapey. So it's just whatever you fancy, isn't it? But I just think that's going to look lovely. I think it's going to be great on my skin tone. I love beige. I love not bright gold, but this is like beige, isn't it? So beige and black. So that's that. But I think I need a little bit more time to get my head down and get into it. Oh, and I think it's going to take 2 to 3 skeins, which I don't think is too bad. But when you think you can do a whole little waterfall lace cardigan out of 2 of those, 2 to 3 of those. Yeah, so lovely. I just love this. So we'll see.
We've seen some lovely work this weekend as well, haven't we?
Oh, I always think when you come away, and we've just had a talk by Lindy. Thank you so much, Lindy, for doing that talk. She's brought things out of the Knit and Crochet Guild archives, and we can't really share pictures because it's there. They own them, so we've got to be really careful. But what was that what was that expensive?
I don't know. I was too busy showing everybody what it was.
Does anyone remember from the talk that we just had? Let me see if I can.
Well, Lindy's there. Jackie, could you ask Lindy what it was, please?
Hello. And let me just have a look and see.
Kivet.
Yeah, Quivet.
Yeah.
And this comes from cuvette fibre is the inner wall of the musk ox. So anyway, it's you have the hair, don't you, and then you have the inner fur that's tiny, fluffy, etc. Very, very, very expensive. But she showed us something that's about 100 years old. It's beautiful. It was undyed. It was in this beautiful mid-brown colour. It looked like a lace wig. It was beautiful with an intricate lace design. It was stunning. So I took a picture of it. And I think I've got to get something and make something like that, but I want to make it into a table runner, a really beautiful table runner. When I get a proper table, when I've had my extension done.
In the quiver?
Oh, no.
I was going to say, that's going to be really expensive.
I will make that for me. But it was absolutely gorgeous. And just looking at how something, if you walk into a shop and they've got something in mid-brown, you're not really drawn to it, but when you realise that's the natural colour of that fibre, just like I am with camel, I just think it's a great base colour. And yak is actually quite nice undyed. Some people say, ooh, it's a weird greyish colour, but when you know it's yak, it's beautiful. Sorry, I can't see that far to read the comments.
Deborah says your headband looks lovely, Angela. What a good idea to use cables for the twist. How do you do your twist then, Deborah?
Deborah doesn't do a twist.
Oh, does she not?
I think for their panels. So on Deborah, she does a full panel, so you see the pattern that she's put in. So it's a little bit like a swatch with the border, when you do a proper swatch, which I've never done. And it's got a beautiful thing. But I just thought I wanted something to look a little bit like a turban. When you get those little turbans that you put on, I think they're really quite forgiving to the face. So when I put that on, it's like, it just takes everything away from when your hair isn't done properly. It's so simple.
Amber loves the camel.
Oh.
And it's called Muscot's Quivet. Can't say it properly.
Muscot's Kiwit.
That's it.
Kiwit.
Yes.
Kiwit. Thank you. I think that's it. Just have a look at musk ox. But yeah, it's amazing. Like, it's one of those where people pick up what's been shed and get it all done into beautiful skeins. That's apparently very expensive. I don't possess any, and Robert's told me that I can't get any. Well, who knows? Who knows what we'll do eventually? But yeah, there's lovely things out there. There will be people already supplying that. So yeah.
Right, shall we do Facebook?
Oh yeah.
We've only got 15 minutes.
Oh my word! Where has the time gone? Let me just get on. What on earth is this?
I don't know. It's your laptop.
I know.
I'm having palpitations at the number of windows that are open.
That's nothing.
I know.
I've only got about 15 or 20 open.
I know, but I'm still having palpitations because it's still too many for my liking. Nothing changes.
No, it will never change.
Are you going to be able to read that, or do you need me to read it?
I should be okay. Let me just refresh, and then we will see if anything's in the group. I'm not too sure if we have got anything in the group, but let's. Is there? I think there's some big pigeons outside that my mum's just spotted. She just likes pigeons. Right, okay, so you should be able to see this. So we did a reminder that we're live at 10:45. Jean was saying have a super time in Sheringham. Unfortunately, they've all tested positive for COVID. Oh, we did this the other day. Do you know what? I think everyone's been so taken with being at Sheringham that we haven't posted, because we had Wednesday night, didn't we?
Yes.
And then we came on Thursday. So I have finished that. I will take a photo while I'm here.
It is stunning in person. It really is.
I don't think I realised how long it was, and when you put the fringe on it, of course it adds weight. So you wouldn't actually need to make it that long, but I like really long scarves. So that's done. Tracy was wishing us all a lovely time away. Oh, France!
This is interesting.
People in the UK have taken up knitting since the pandemic began. Fabulous. I am so. Do you know what? There are some good things come out of bad things, aren't there? And I just think being able to create and knit and look at all the people who've started designing stuff in the pandemic as well. So that's a really good article. Thank you so much, Fran, for sharing that. It actually says, have you taken up knitting since the pandemic began? And I think there are a lot. Here are Brigitta's socks that she made out of, we have a little part of the range which is especially for socks. So you get the colour changes perfect. So they come with as a pack, and there's 2 little balls. And you just think they do 1 sock each out of each ball, but honestly, you could get 2 ankle socks out of each ball.
Yeah.
I was really, really surprised. If you can see how long these socks are, they're so long, aren't they? So good for keeping you warm. But yeah, so thank you so much, Brigitte, for bringing those. They're beautiful. And we've got that colour shade and pinks and purples as well. I keep saying that I'm going to have a go at some really nice gloves as well, because I think they'd be beautiful in gloves as well. Oh my word.
Oh, I hate these. Sorry, just putting it out there.
I'm gonna it's Saturday morning. I don't know why anybody would make these, but never mind. Yeah. I don't know what's worse, the person. This mum. Let me just show them. Can you see that, mum? No. Oh, there we go. There's me mum.
Oh.
So I don't know why people do actually create these. I think it's great that they're pushing boundaries, but oh my word. Sorry, that's it now. That's really gone. And Deborah was saying that she was doing this stitching thread journal this year, which looks absolutely amazing. I know we looked at that the other day. Let me just check through. Safi, we looked at that, which is beautiful. Did you look at this? Oh yes, these were patterns that Marion shared. So I think we're up to date. So I'm going to stop sharing. And this afternoon, I'm doing a Cantha. Well, we're both doing it, aren't we? We're all doing it.
We are, yeah.
Cantha stitching, and Dawn's running a workshop today. From what I can gather, you have 3 layers of cotton.
Yeah.
And then you have to put a pencil stencil on there, and then you start stitching in a certain way, which is very different to how you in embroidery you make everything look perfect and you colour in, don't you, with embroidery? Whereas this is you do a spaced line, so that there are spaces within that line. So I don't actually understand too much about Cantha, but the work looks beautiful, so I can't wait to do the workshop today. And Dawn, your design looks amazing, so I'm sure there'll be a few of us. Probably won't be today, but it might be in a few months when we finish it. But thank you so much for that design, and for everybody else who's doing workshops as well. It's absolutely amazing. So let's go. Amber said beautiful, the camel. Thank you for helping us out with how to pronounce that. That other yarn. Brigitte says, oh, she got the U and the I the wrong way around. Really, don't worry. Trace is back for a bit. Oh, brilliant, you're back, Tracy. That's great. Katie says, I love them. Is that the unusual outfit?
Yes.
I think it's great use of colour, great use of how you fit the body. just random. And Jackie says she's off now, going into Sheringham. And Katie, talking about the crochet trouser suits, yes. Very disco 70s, I think.
I think they're great for women, just not great for men.
I don't know. It's just, if anyone has the confidence to wear something like that, it's like you go ahead and you wear it with pride, with absolute pride. But I just couldn't. So never mind. And Kate says that her hubby would probably wear one on stage. I can't even remember who the guy was who used to wear those things. What was his name? Oh, I can't remember. I'll remember eventually. But yeah, there are a few people who proudly worn those crochet things, haven't they? How are you doing?
I'm doing all right, actually. I'm in the first row of the pattern.
Oh my word.
Which is very unusual for me.
This is so nice.
I know.
That Robert can now chill.
Yeah.
And have you noticed, has anybody else noticed his needles?
I hate them.
No, do you want to show them the needles and how they actually match
Can I?
the yarn?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me get to the end of the row.
So we'll show you this. It's really weird, but you know when you pick, I know when I started using zings, it was strange that if I was working on pink, then the actual needles were pink, or if I had something blue.
These are Knit Pro marbles. This was my first set of interchangeable needles that I got from Gary. And in fact, I got these the same time I bought myself this, all in time for my first Sheringham. So that was 7 years ago.
Oh my word!
Yeah.
So it's got.
I now don't like these. I've been using metal interchangeables for a while and wooden ones, and I've gone back to these because my other ones are being used, and I don't have any spares. But they are really squeaky, and I hate them.
But show people the colour, how they match.
Oh yeah.
Look at that. You couldn't match it any better, could you?
Not
You just
intentionally.
couldn't. Yeah, I mean, it won't match when you get to that bit, but it's really weird. And if ever you're knitting on a train or in a cafe or something, and people think you actually match the wool to these, it's just like, no, it's just coincidental. Honestly. Sorry, I nearly dropped a stitch then, didn't I?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that to you. Oh, I was hoping that I'd get this finished, but I've been chatting a bit much.
That's fine. You carry on chatting.
That's right. And do you know what? One thing I really want to do, just for structure, is do a 3 needle cast off on these, because I always sew them. I think, why do I bother to sew them? So I think on this one, I'm actually just going to do a 3 cable cast off. So I'll pick up the stitches along there and then just grab a 3rd needle. Because I do think that, does anyone else like that cast off? It gives a real structured edge. It's called a 3 needle cast off, and I always thought it was really, really complicated. And then when you do it, you think it's actually one of the simplest, most logical types of cast off that there is, but we just never use it.
Brigitte is going. She's going into town to get some fresh air. So have a lovely time.
Have a lovely time, and I'm sure we'll be doing a little wander in a little while as well. A little wander into Sheringham.
I'm actually really hungry.
Yeah.
I need some food.
We had a big breakfast as well.
We did. I had a very big breakfast.
Yeah. We'll have a wander and go get a nice lunch somewhere.
So David, who's the chef here, was really nice to me this morning. He went, "There's loads, Robert. Would you like doubles of everything?" And I took it, and I'm still hungry.
That sometimes happens, doesn't it? Just having more food makes you tired. But I think the sea air does make you tired. It's so different to living in land air, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've had a lovely time so far, but we've still got a day left, and then we'll be back on Wednesday night as usual for fun and frolics. So I know not everyone can make Wednesday nights, and then we'll be back on Saturday. Am I back on Saturday? Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah.
This is my first weekend doing it.
Yeah. So I'm working. I'm not working. I am doing goggles on Saturday. So I'm doing Wednesday and Saturday. So it's just me on the Saturday, which will be wonderful. And do let us know if you've bought anything new, any new yarn, or picked up a new pattern, or cast something on, because I love inspiration. And I know I'm doing my camel cardigan, but often they can be a bit complicated, so you can only actually knit when you're on the road. So I love looking for other people's inspiration, and I think, do you know what, I'll do one of those as my little interim project for when I need to chat as well. So it shouldn't be long before I finish this, but we're going to go straight out, I think, and get some fresh air and a little bit of food.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to go sleep.
I think my mum's going to sleep, but she was up very, very early this morning, because I was up early. She got up for breakfast as well. So if you want to have an hour, you can have an hour, Mum. Oh.
You could always snap while we're doing workshops.
Yeah, if you want to.
Right.
Have you finished another row?
Finished another row.
Oh, it's so exciting.
Yeah, I'm not going to do row 3 though, because I have to concentrate.
Oh. I was like that yesterday. I thought, right, how far can I get with this Japanese short row while I'm out and about and while I'm talking? Then I realised, you stop now, Angela, because if not, you're going to have to frog the whole lot. So yeah, I stopped that midway through yesterday. But I should have just been doing this before now. Because when you're chatting to people, drinking cups of tea and getting really excited about what other people are working on. What about the colours that some people are working on?
I know, it's just gorgeous.
What was that Helen's been working on? She's done this little cardigan, but you said it's...
Well,
You've got one of the colours with the oranges and the really darks in.
So, she's doing something for a 6-month-old in Starcraft Wondersoft merry-go-round, and she's doing it in the dark rainbow. So they do a pastel rainbow, a rainbow rainbow, which is what I've got, and then they do the darker rainbow. And I'm in love with the darker rainbow. It's gorgeous.
Dark rainbow is amazing. It's not even navy blue, it's almost black blue in it, isn't it? But it's quite iridescent as well. It's amazing. So,
I'm really sorry, folks, but Angela's laptop has just decided that it's running out of battery.
I know we've got 4 minutes, but we started at 1:45.
Yeah, but I was going to say we're very nearly there anyway.
Yeah. No, we're fine. I'll do one more row.
Okay.
I'll do this row and then we'll go. Yeah, it starts to go dark, my laptop, when it goes into low battery mode. And you think you're about to lose everything there and then, but you've still got about another 10 minutes or so left. You watch, it'll just quit now. But yeah, so what are you doing this weekend? Hopefully you've got some lovely plans, if you're not here. So do let us know, and please do post into Facebook so we can see what you're working on, because it's always lovely looking at other people's work. Oh, and Amber, did you finish spinning the Amber wool? Because Amber got wool called, was it called Amber's Gold?
I think so.
Yeah. And I don't know, but for spinning it was absolutely fantastic. So let us know if you finished that, because that was beautiful colour. Yeah, just a little bit left to do on that. I can finish that wherever we go this afternoon. There we go. So whatever you're doing, we will close there. All right. I think we need to get another cup of tea.
I want to get out and get some fresh air.
All right. Okay. We'll get you some fresh air.
I've been stuck in here since 3 o'clock on Thursday.
You're going out now. So we're going to enjoy our workshops this afternoon. Whatever you're doing, be safe, wrap up warm, have lots and lots of lovely cups of tea or coffee, lovely hot drinks, and I will be back with you on Wednesday evening, 8 p.m. And then
as well.
Huh? Oh yeah, both of us. Yeah, both of us are there on Wednesday night, and then we will be back. I'll be back on next Saturday at 10 GMT. All right. So anyway, you take care of yourselves. Lovely to see you, Gogglefroggers, and see you next week. All right then. Bye. Your mum.